welcome back everyone. Here we are through our fourth day. Made a good bit of progress. Got a lot of the structure going good. Really digging how this one's turning out. As far as the appearance is really, really nice. I'm definitely have to check out this manufacturer and pick up a couple more of their products if they've got anything. Looks like I say, it's really looking good, going together. You know, I've had my little hiccups, but everything, you know, if you stuck around long enough to let's not have a nice little break on this back piece here, but the repair seems to be holding good, and the glue's got everything braced in place, so it feels pretty solid now after my, like I say, it was a catastrophic break. If you missed it, it was worth seeing. But it happens to the best of us, and we got to recover, right? Okay. But if you're new here, this is what I do. I buy these kits and build them step by step, mostly in real time. You get to see all my successes and all my failures, and how I hopefully fix those inevitable failures as they come up. Upload daily and just try and have a good time. We're not solving the world's problems, we're just building silly little models and having some fun. If you've seen any kits or builds or sets or anything you want me to take a shot at, feel free to drop in the comments. I'm always looking to add on my list. And like I always say, I've got the most intelligent audience on YouTube because y'all provide me with nothing but the best of options. So, with that out of the way, let's start. I'm not going to put you very far away because I'm going to use you pretty quickly tonight. So I'll set you over here, maybe without breaking anything. Yep, okay. So, let's zoom in and hop into work here. Find my spot. Okay, pretty straightforward on this one. Got our wall that we did a while back. Get its little triangle of, I don't know, triangle of stability on there. And that is all there was to step 21. Now 22, like I said, bring it right back in. It's got this little notch here, and that's where our triangle is going to end up going in theory. And we got these little slots in here is where our mirrors go to make our little infinity mirror illusion happen, is what I'm assuming here. But the picture shows it just dropping right in with no problems, and everything's going to be match up perfectly, and everything's going to be perfect and fine and easy to do. Okay, put those guys on. Yep. Something just rubbing in here. Okay, got the bookshelves on the inside. Just need to make sure they're lined up. Something else is rubbing now. Go up the side here. That is not. This one is not lined up. And that's not even the one I broke. That's the. Okay. Top one looks pretty close. I'm crooked again back here. Okay, let me try and get a couple more, maybe one more in the bottom. Okay, so that in. Let's see here. Okay. Guys, all across the bottom. Our bookshelves here. Okay, they went in. Now we got this guy in the top. Okay, so everything's solid on those three sides. Now how's this? Yeah, these are. Yeah, that's. Yeah, y'all can see that. That's not even close on that one. I'm gonna have to do some modifying. Well, this one would be okay, but this one. Oh, I think the bottom. This is not all the way in here. Maybe that's. I'm gonna break that thing again. Did that move it any? Yeah, I got a little gap right down here. That is okay, so I might not have got it flush when I glued it together last night, so that's that's on me. That's not on them. So let's. Yeah, that's the back one. So now just gotta shave a little bit off the top of that. So you can see it right there. Right. Well, there, missed it by that much. So should be able to. I think I can get my file in there. Ooh, hang on. Before I do that, let me grab a piece of tape. To cover my. Put a piece of tape if I can. Here so I don't scuff up my side, I hope. Just, oof. Okay, undo that one's got a little room to work with here. A little bit more. Okay, getting close, almost there. Think. Do it now. Yeah, there it goes. Pull my tape. Pull the tape before I do that. Okay, so that's in there, there, and there. Like I say, that's on me not getting this one seated on the bottom. So you can see that little gap right there. Maybe that might be why I had some trouble on this side too. So yeah, so I just didn't quite get that perfect on that one. So that's not the model's fault. That's my fault. So I'll own that. But we've got. Just notice this. Some of the veneer came off, so let me pop you off again. Clean that up. There we go. All the way in. Squeeze on there. And just like that, we got 4 walls. And we see down the middle of our library. Alright, yeah. Okay, so the next thing we do is pop the bottom on. Hopefully this will be less dramatic. Okay, so that's the front. This side up, because that's going to go underneath our little crevices down here for our floor. Here and here and here and here and here. I hope. I should be able to stand it up here. Hopefully get some pressure on the middle section here. There we go. Once you get the first one going, the rest will generally slide in for you. Definitely a nice snug fit on that, but that's what you want. Mess one flush here on the front. And I'm not sure why. I don't see anything blocking that. But it's not. If it gets to me too bad, I can just glue it, drop some glue in there and clamp it. But I think that's going to be within acceptable parameters for me. Yeah, I think it's going to be alright. Alright. So we got our X down there on the floor, so it's blended in with their existing floor, so that's good. I'll be honest, I didn't think this part was going to take this long, but without that issue on the front, but that's why I do them in real time, because you never know what you're going to find out. Okay, so that's all for step 22. It's time for 23, which is our back cover. Let's see what kind of drama I can get in with this. Okay, that didn't. Okay, this one's still a little bit wobbly here, but this should lock that in, because it's gonna. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. I don't want to lean forward because I've got this accordion bit here, so I'm going to try and do this standing up. Just going to make sure I brace it in the right places. I'm going. Yeah. Maybe I'll do this one first because I got a good. Around. There it goes. Okay, let's fight me on that one. And it's hard to, like I say, it's hard to brace to push against it. With that, there's nothing. It's all right. So, I say it's hard to find a good grip to ease that in. And this one's not going flush either at the bottom, but like I say, it's within tolerance, I believe. So if this one can come out. This looks like it's alright. One of the things, keep fiddling with it, but I'm not sure I'm going to do more harm than good. Sort of really, it's just really tight quarters getting that on there. I got no tips for that. But I do got some brown showing here, and I've got a black paint pen, so I'm going to do some touching up. You guys. Blend them in a little bit. Get a little less obvious. It's not a great match, but it's still, I think, less jarring than the brown. Get those. That one, these sort of blend a little bit closer to the brown, so I'm not going to worry about them. Yeah, let's see. I think that's. I'm not sure about the back. I think It's sort of brown, but that's that light strip there. I'm debating whether to try. This is supposed to be like a book cover, so I'm not that one doesn't bother me as much as this bright one here. Now, I don't have a dark brown like that. I don't think my stain. I don't think I hit my. Let's see my stain panel do that. That should be. See how this looks. Yeah, it's a little closer. I think I go with that. Alright. Not a great match, but like I say, it's a little darker, so it's a little less obvious. And that's still not. Something's still fighting it out there. Yeah, this corner's really not wanting to stay in place. I think. I don't see anything obvious fighting it. Looks like everything fit in. Just not. Usually they snap in and they're good. Like I say, this one is sort of, you can see it is sort of, it's ready to let go all the time. So I'm going, yeah, and it's really letting go. I'm gonna pop it open about like that. Drop in some of the old Gorilla Super Glue. Shouldn't have to do this, but I don't know. Maybe it's got just it's wobbling a little bit, so it's just a little out of square. So it may just be just in a little bit of a bind. I'm just gonna use my brush in between there and there. I hope. Together. I hope it gets a bond. About 10 or 12 or 15 seconds. Okay, that seems to be stabilizing there, and hopefully that'll cure up nice and strong on that corner. So it's just sort of, and maybe once I put the roof on, that would help bind it together better. But I think I'd like to have it in place to start with. All right, so that's the back wall rather. So that's 23. Let's see what we're doing for 24. I think, yep, okay, we're moving on to building our chandeliers, or whatever you want to call them. Let's see, so let's set you aside. And we got all kinds of goodies and teeny tiny pieces, so let's first thing, get our chain. Supposed to get. Oh, it says cut 6 pieces, 4 centimeters. But we want them all about the same length. Okay, so there's some, it's okay to be a little bit off, but they do want you to be pretty much the same length on all of them. So let's get, and cutters. Chain's a little bit easier to cut because it doesn't flex on you. Of course, it helped that Actually, you know what? I think I got. Nope. Thought I had another. Let's see what we. Okay. Back to where we were. My zero has rubbed off on my thing, so I'm sort of ballparking that. I guess you get one. Once you get one right, you can measure the rest based on that one. Okay. Let's see how that worked out. It's pretty darn close. For me, I'm pretty pleased with that. Okay. Now, chain getting twisted, so I'm trying to get smooth. All right. And there's a link of cut there, maybe. Lost it. It's twisting on me again. Okay. Okay, I guess I didn't. Okay. See a broken link on this one. How do we do on that one? Pretty close. 6 of these, that's 3. Take a look on that one. Where'd it cut them, maybe? Okay, so I want that link. Okay, yep. Okay, pretty pleased so far. For me, it's well within reason. But as I say, this is going to be suspending our, what do they call them? Brazier. Yeah, brazier is something totally different. I'm turn some distance on it. I think I got a little long on that one. Maybe not. Hard to tell, but I think, yeah. Alright, so one more. Pick one of my random match up. Let's see. Let's get broken link on this side. Okay. Let's see how we're done here. Let's take a couple of links off a couple of them. Yeah, I think one link each. This one and this one. I think we'll be in business. Okay. Easier said than done to get a hold of one link. Okay, I need a little bit. Maybe I can get that. Okay. Okay, let's do it. Okay, the other side of it. Okay, you. Okay. Now that one was much more cooperative. Okay, I think those are good. Now it says to take the remaining chain. I think I got a broken link here. Let me grab that right quick. We're supposed to just make 2 equal lengths on that, so. Okay. Lengths. 6 lengths. Okay. Alright. So, now we get our big rings out. 6 of them. No, I need 8 of them. 6, 7, one more. A few more. Okay. Now, having done this before with the chain, I finally figured out the way to do this is to open it sideways. And do a better job of that. And just thread it on there. There we go. And I'm going to make this the bottom so it goes on. There's no holes in these things. Okay, just into the big hole there. Alright, I thought they would have individual holes. And close it back up. And then we'll do it this one, and this one, I guess. Every other one. Get 3. One, another, too far, I don't know. I'm crawling up like that. I think I wrecked this one. I'm glad they gave us spares. Let me try that again. Closed it pretty tight anyway, so I'm not going to do the squeeze thing again. Get 2 of them on there. Try the other end. Come back here. There it goes. And, that one did not close up good, so I do want to try and give it a little squeeze gently. There we go. Okay, now we got 3 chains off our little brazier. And we're supposed to combine all 3 chains onto one more loose ring. Actually, I think they had it doing it the other way, putting 3 of them together, then combining them. But potato, potato, maybe. We'll try it the other way on the next one, see what happens. There it goes. You. Okay. Got a brazier. Not exactly level, which is not a surprise to me, but it's close. It's a little off level. I can't show you with this angle, but it's all together in one piece now, at least. So that's something. Good. What it was. Okay, yeah, one of them's a little snug, so it's not. Yeah. Yeah, you have to take my word for it. It does look alright. Okay, set you down. Where are we at now? 38. Okay, yeah, okay, let's try it the other way where I put all 3 chains together, then you know what, I don't think that sounds like a nightmare. Trying to having those things flopping around while I'm trying to I think I like my way better. I was gonna try, but I've reconsidered. Not like thread and a needle. Get the eye to show. See, it wants to go. There it goes. Okay, got a little overlap on that one, but I know what happened the last time I tried to fix that, so I'm not gonna just gonna let it live. Alright. A little bit quicker that time, I think. Let's pop this guy together. Find the break. There you are. twisted. Let's try again on that. Do one fairly straight. Okay, that looks better. Now, one more. Oh. And this one is also not perfectly level, but close enough. Close you up. Alright, so got our brazers in, got our chain ready for a while, and let's see here, okay. Okay. Now we connect 2 more rings. We connect our long chains to our those. Yeah. Make sure there are no kinks in it. Well, this should be easy, just going through the big blink. Okay. Got one little hangy dealio. Seems to be, I say, not perfectly level, but level enough for me. Try the other end. That one looks like I might have been where the cut was made. There we go. Okay. And once again, not perfectly level, but level enough for my standards. Actually, that one's low. Oh, look up right there. Let me see if I can improve it any. No, yeah, a little crooked, but it's still going to be level enough to hold our next step, which is our. Let's read what they actually call these. These are yellow magic crystal stones. Get to glue them down at the bottom. And that'll, I think, will be good enough to call it a night once we do that. Get our chains out of the way, hopefully. Seems like it's something, well, I guess it would have been in the way. Oh, it's magnetic. Let's try something, a stick. Chains. We don't contaminate them, hopefully. No. Alright. And I guess a few of those out. And they're just I think they're plastic. They might be glass. It feels they could be glass, but I think they're plastic. And just gonna do stick back out. Oop. See if I can get dots on the... Yeah, and that's what I was scared was going to happen. Trying not to glue my chains. Let's see if we can't. Got 3 or 4 of these in. Get them to stay in place, maybe. So I think I see a slot here. I can just hopefully plop you in and lock everybody together, or just drop you. Glue over my fingers. Okay. Okay, that did not work. The chains back around the other way. And I did glue it to the rocks. Yeah, it seems like there'd be a better way to do this. Okay. Okay, there we go. Get it suspended where they're not actively. Okay, just hang this up. Hopefully keep that from getting... Like I said, I want to make sure I keep the chain away from our magic Yellowstone deals. So wrap that up there. And let's see if we can't find a better way to do this one. Maybe hang it. I think it'll be... Trying to find a way to hold it up where y'all can see too. Okay, maybe I can do it with one hand. I'm not sure. Let's find out. It's not. Okay. See if this works any better this way. I sort of doubt it. Nope. Not going to be steady enough here. Let's see. Out of there. I believe I'll try putting the glue on the rocks this time rather than the... That's going to be... I think that was actually going to be too big, so I'll have to use all these little guys. On there, just pop you in. Wrong side, suspend you there. Alright. I think that'll pick you up. Okay, got our magic stones in there. If I need any extra, I'll add them on. Likewise, hang this one up. Let that glue dry. And I think that's enough for tonight. That last little bit took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to, but I'm pretty pleased with how it all turned out. Let's check up on our super gluing back corner back here. It feels a little more sturdy, so I'm feeling good about that. And like I say, once we get the roof in and this locked in, maybe that'll help reinforce it. Yeah, I think that's going to be good for us there. All right. Oh yeah, see where I got it hung there. It's swinging. But yeah, I'm pleased with the progress. Let me open our doors here, maybe. Plug it in and we'll hit some lights here. And yeah, it's going to be a cool effect. Let's say once our infinity mirrors are going to go, like I said, that's where those crosses are for. So we're going to be the reflection of our lamps hanging in there. And let's see here. And that's going to reflect the flames, in theory, into the lamps, if I'm accurate enough to get them going like that. I can't even see them right now. Yeah, I think I am surprised the back wall is just blank like that, though. So I guess once we get it dark in there and those mirrors going, maybe that'll make that more. I hope it does something there. I hope I didn't forget to put something in. But that's where I'm going to call it tonight. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share. Do whatever you want to with all of that. Be good to one another. Stay safe. And I'll see you next time. Oh, yeah. Click on the link. That's what I've been saying lately. Had a flashback. There's my channel up there if you want to subscribe. There's my other channel if you want to check out my experiments I do a couple times a month. This is what YouTube thinks you should be watching. And over here is the playlist for this build. See you tomorrow.